Hi, girls. How are you?
Hi,
Hi, Leslie.
fine, and you?
Good, thank you. Okay, today we have to do some things of English class of the lesson 3, 4, and 5. I know, 3 and 4. That's all. Okay, the first is speaking. We have to look at the photo of Garcia Marquez and with a copy of 100 Years of Solitude. And we have to speak of what we think he wants to tell us.
I think he wants to make you understand theoretic books. It helps you to have more wisdom, intelligence, and learn new things.
Um, that thing many people have already lost the escape of reading.
Um, I think he tries to convert that knowledge in books.
Well, I think he's trying to show us how we need to put the reading in our lives and in our brains and everything of that. Okay, we have to talk about some questions.
Okay.
Can you read the first question, Magalicita, please?
Uh, do you like fantasy in novels? How are you they different from magical realms?
Um, yes, because by means of this reading, they transport you to different place and events. Um, that in this reality and certain fantasy points are used in narration, while in the fantasy novel everything told is fictional.
Yes, because fantasy movies, novels, pardon, sorry, and they're more about imagination and things that are not real, witches, wizards, spells, opera, another thing.
Okay. Well, in my point, I really like the fantasy novels because I can go to other kingdoms, other worlds, other type of humans. I don't know. It's incredible. I think it's a good idea if you want to do something different. And the different from magical realms, I'm not really sure. I'm not pretty sure about it, but maybe magical realms is like something that it's not true but have some things like the realms.
Okay.
Mhm.
The next
Yes, in which magical realms is expressed, but always taking into account reality and fantasy novels are sciences, fiction as well and fantasy.
okay.
Okay, good.
Um, the next question is why do you think people read fantasy novels?
Because they find it interesting and they like the skin of genre.
Um, I think they read because they like to imagination things that are not real.
Okay, I think that people read these fantasy novels because they want to go to other worlds, to other uh, time of people. It's it's the different as our world.
Um, because they like to imagine and transport themselves to different facts throughout reading.
Yes, exactly.
Um, the next question is, sorry,
Don't worry.
have you read 100 Years of Solitude?
No.
No read.
Why not?
Mm, I don't know, but I never read this book.
I have not read into know and what the story is about and to know eh, is interesting in the book.
Uh, because the title does not catch my attention.
I don't read this book. I like it uh, read because interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, I will try to read this book because it's a iconic book. It's like everybody knows about this book. As you say, it's so famous, but that's why I want to read someday when I have time. I know videos to do. Okay, I think that's all for the first part of this. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
But
Hello again, girls. Well,
hi,
okay,
Bye.
we have to talk about different types of art forms and how you feel about them.
that it here are different kind of art and all of these and very interesting and also generate emotion feeling such as silence joy. I like the movie.
Good. Um, I like the different arts a lot because they help you express the feeling that sometimes you can't say speaking. Personally, I really like dance, music, and painting.
Mm, I think the art art is interesting. My favorite art is the movies. Art type of art um, that I like the most because each of the essence is made with precision that seems to be real.
Oh,
Good. Well, in my opinion, I think the all the types of art, it's a beautiful. It's a good idea to spend our time, and I remember that when I was in high school, when I was young, I was in theater, and I really love it. I really love to be so exciting and to go and practice, and I don't know, I think it's a good way to spend our time in all the type of people, if you are young, if you are an adult, whatever, but it's good.
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 Um,
Well, I think it's all for this. Um, okay. And finally, we have to choose and talk about uh, movies or a book or authors of some artists. And if you have strong feelings of this, um, we have to talk about them and use expressions in other exercise. So, Magalicita, what is your book or author, or what you choose?
Team movie is Divergent. How interesting is what in green history.
Oh,
TRTs and Anne Hathaway. She makes great stories in different movies that she makes. There are some interesting stories. Like the movie is fashion intern.
Oh,
good.
interesting.
Yeah, I really like Annie Hathaway. I think it's a very good artist.
Yes. Um, my two favorite novels are Under the Same Star and the thriller saga Science. They both uh, have some fantasy, but also about the reality take makes you reflect. You already read them?
This
Oh,
I don't read it, but I see the movie, and I know it's interesting. But in my opinion, I like the movie, but I don't really. It's not my favorite ones. I don't know. I it's not it isn't such a boring movie, but I don't know. It's not of my favorite ones.
Oh, okay. Good.
Um, I like the movie. I don't read the book. Uh, the book I talk about is Divine Comedy. It is a poem. Um, the author is Dante Alighieri. The book uh, talk about a vision uh, of the real and the outs, and before, no, after, and to die in the limbo.
oh,
What a great
interesting.
story.
Yeah, what a beautiful
I will.
poem. I like.
Mhm.
Okay. My the first it's a movie. The name is The Ultimate Gift, and I I have, as the book said, strong feelings about it because it's a great story for a man who is rich and his grandfather uh, dead is dead. So um, he he need to the grandfather of this boy give some gifts to him, but I don't know. It's a beautiful history. In my opinion, and I really like this movie. Do you some uh, listen to this movie?
Mm.
No.
It's
Oh,
Not.
I
it's
No.
it's not so
I'll
famous,
see.
but I really, in my opinion, I really like it. If you want to see this movie, it's a good. And the other it's Narnia, again. But I
Like,
really like even the movies and the novel and the novelist. The author, C.S. Lewis, I think is the best. Have a lot of different histories and with too much meaning for me. I don't know. It's very good in my opinion.
Wow,
Mm,
how
this one,
interesting!
oh,
But I read no, I not read the novel.
You, but you read it. You see the movie. What movie?
No.
No.
the movie is interesting. I like, in my opinion.
Okay. Okay. Well, this this is interesting and fun, but it's the end.
Yes.
Thank you, girls. Have a nice
Bye.
day.
See you.
Bye. Take care.
Bye. You. Me too.